YouTube? What's that word? It's your boy Marko Stats. And today I bring to you guys another story time. Today we're going to talk about the time I had a shotgun pointed at me inside Subway while it was getting robbed. All right. So this was like a minute ago. I was on the south side of Chicago because I'm from Chicago. That's Chicago in the background. I was on the south side of Chicago, and I was with my girl at the time, and we was over her sister crib. I'm not gonna say which area in the south side of Chicago, but it was on the south side of Chicago. We went to her crib, and then after that, I think we were going from her sister crib to her mama crib, and her mom lived on a different part of Chicago. And I remember we left her sister crib and we were hungry. So we went to Subway to grab a sandwich, to grab some sandwiches. We had just smoked, like this was back when I was like maybe like 21. Yeah, I was probably like 21 years old. So we went to Subway, and then when we got to Subway, I'm high as hell in there, and I'm ordering the food. So I got my back turned. I don't know what's behind me. My girl, my ex, was sitting at the table, and she was basically just sitting down. I was doing the ordering, I was ordering the food. So I'm up there telling the cashier, the server, or the worker at Subway, I'm telling them what I want on my sandwich. I'm saying lettuce, tomato, cheese, I'm giving them the whole you dig for both sandwiches, for me and my ex sandwich. He's making the sandwiches, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, he had a weird look on his face. And I was like, what? And I remember I just turned around, and when I turned around, literally a guy was at the door with a big ass shotgun. I don't know what type of gun this nigga had. He either had, it looked like a big ass shotgun, like a double barrel shotgun. And but like it happened so fast, I can't even tell, the exact gun that it was. But I know he was holding that bitch with two hands. And he had that bitch pointed directly at me. And I was just shocked. And I was like, what the fuck? And I remember I was so shocked because I was already high that, I was like, whoa, so I started moving. And then it was another guy that had a gun. It was two of them, but the other guy had like a little Glock or something like that. And he was like, don't move, stop moving. We gonna shoot you, stop moving. So he's yelling this at me because it's like, I'm high, so like I'm fidgety, I'm like, fuck you, fuck is this nigga with a gun? Imagine you at Subway ordering your food and you turn around and it's a nigga pointing a gun at you. You gonna be confused. So I remember I was moving around, and then my girl was still sitting down, and she started screaming. She was like, stop, no, they're gonna shoot you. They're gonna shoot you. Stop moving. And she was just like frantic. And I'm like, whoa, this is some real movie shit. So I instantly froze, right? And then the guy that had the shotgun was still at the door. The other guy, the smaller guy, because the guy with the shotgun was tall as fuck with a big ass shotgun. And the guy with the little Glock or pistol or whatever, he went over the register, took all the money, and he even pointed it at the cashier, and he was like, give me the money. And the cashier was low-key a little gangster because he was talking shit to him. He was like, man, I don't get no fuck about this money, nigga. Here. Man, I don't get no fuck about your gun, nigga. Here, nigga. He gave him the money. He didn't check anybody that was in the store. He didn't rob me. He didn't take anything from me. He didn't take anything from anybody else. I think it was like another lady in there that was ordering food. my girl's ex was sitting down. He didn't take anything from us. He just took the money from the register and then just bailed out. And I remember what made it so crazy was as he was leaving, he was like, "Have a nice day." And he just like, I swear to God, "Have a nice day, y'all," on some troll shit, and then just left. And I remember, as soon as they left, I went over there to my ex and I just gave her a hug and I consoled her. And I was just like, what the fuck was that? Because mind you, we had just smoked and I was high as fuck. And I had no idea what the fuck was going on. And so that shit really just like took me by surprise. And I remember the police came maybe like 10 minutes later. And I remember my ex started walking to the police, and because I guess she wanted to talk to the police. And I remember I grabbed her hand. I was like, "Come here, man. We ain't talking to no police." And then we went to we walked over to the bus stop, and then we took the bus to her mama crib. And then we got to her mama crib, and her mom, or matter of fact, she called her mom and told her what happened. And I remember her mom was so mad at her sister because we had just left her sister's crib. So I think her sister had came and got us from the bus stop actually and drove us to her mom's crib. But what makes this shit so fucking ironic is that the area where we got robbed in is a black area, right? It's the south side of Chicago. So the guy that was standing at the door with the fucking double barrel shotgun pointed at me was a white dude. I swear to God, it was a white dude. He was wearing a mask, so it was kind of hard to tell, like was he mixed with something, but he definitely was a white dude. And then the guy that actually took the money out the register was like a Mexican dude. So I'm like, what the fuck? So it's a white dude and it's a Mexican dude that's robbing from a black neighborhood. And I was like, what type of backward shit is this? Is this like a metaphor? So like that shit was just, I don't know. Like that was crazy. And I remember when we got to my ex's mom's house, her mama boyfriend was just like, "Oh, this is just one of many experiences growing up in Chicago, man. There's gonna be plenty more experiences like that, y'all." And then that wasn't the first time that that I seen a gun, but that was the first time that a motherfucker pointed a gun at me. Like I've heard gunshots, I ran from gunshots, all type of shit, but that was the first time somebody pointed a gun at me and pointed it directly at me and threatened to shoot me. That was the first time that ever happened. So that shit was crazy. And to make this, matter of fact, I'm gonna kind of give you guys an idea of where this was at. If you're from Chicago, you may know that this actually happened down the street from Barack Obama's old house. This happened let me repeat that. This happened down the street from Barack Obama's old house. People do not know Obama used to stay kind of close to the hood. Like he lived in Hyde Park, which was one of the most wealthiest neighborhoods on the south side of Chicago, but it's a wealthy neighborhood that's surrounded by the hood. So if you drive 10 minutes away from, not even 10 minutes, really like 5 minutes away from Obama's crib, you in the hood. So literally Obama's crib was down the street from where a nigga pointed a gun at me and robbed the subway. If you from Chicago, you gonna know what subway it is. And it's across the street from Diet High School. For those of you guys that don't know Diet High School, that's the high school that Chief Keef went to before he dropped out. I don't know how long he went there. I don't know if it was for just a year, but this subway is located across the street from where Chief Keef went to high school and down the street from Barack Obama's house. I think Obama still owns that house too. But that just shows you that Chicago is a big city, but it's so small. Many people don't know that. Chief Keef went to high school down the street from where Barack Obama used to live. And it was in that area that this happened. So that's story time for you guys. I'm gonna be giving you guys a lot more story times. I'm trying to rack up on this content. Make sure that you guys like this video, comment on this video. Do you guys have any experiences when somebody pointed a gun to your head and somebody threatened to kill you, or you know what I'm saying? Somebody put a gun to your head, somebody pointed a gun at you. A motherfucker pointed a gun and they aimed it at my head too. But that's another story. I may tell y'all that story another time, but it's just the life and times of just living in Chicago during this crazy generation, man. Yeah, man, there you guys have it. So next time, make sure that you put the post notifications on to be notified whenever I drop new vlogs, music, videos, etc., etc., etc. I love you guys so much. Yeah, man, I'm still here for a reason. I'm still here to add on to my legacy and to inspire others. And I appreciate every single moment that I'm alive. Okay? Appreciate y'all. It's your boy Marko Stats. Swayze. Take care now. Love.